Hello everyone, today we will be looking at Migs Mayfeld from the Vintage Collection. Okay, so here's the figure. There is the picture on the card there, Bill Burr obviously in the armor. It's not a shot from the show, I don't believe, so maybe I don't think it's quite a mock-up either, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it looks good though. The name there with the red background, there's the figure himself in there. Here's the back of the card, VC229 there. And so yeah, that is the card there. Let's go ahead and get him opened up. Okay, so here he is off of the card in the plastic there. It's looking pretty good so far. There's a bit of fluff on the head there, but yeah, apart from that, the face looks pretty spot on. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get him out of here. So here he is, and yeah, he's looking pretty good. Got some nice weather in there on the armor, as you can see. I think they've done a pretty good job with that, looking all a bit scuffed and whatnot. Yeah, I believe this is like an older sculpt because it's essentially shares the same parts, I guess, as a lot of the troopers. I haven't got one for comparison, but just from what I've read and seen and stuff, it looks like that is the case, because we don't have rocker ankles here. You know, the articulation isn't bad, it's pretty good. Yeah, that feels a bit tight there to do. But yeah, I think for this figure, it doesn't really matter all that much, because I think you've got, like I said, the articulation isn't bad. It is decent. It's just maybe not, you know, top tier like we've had with some recent figures, but it all feels pretty good. You know, you got the swivel chest and all that. So yeah, the main thing I think is the face. And in a lot of things like that I'd seen, didn't think it really looked like Bill Burr, because I think he is such a sort of a well-known person, if you like. You know, a lot of people tend to know what he looks like. I think they've done a pretty good job. Is it spot on? I'm not sure, but it looks like the character that he plays. It looks like Migs Mayfeld, and it looks like Bill Burr, I think. I think that's as good as you're gonna get. I think it's pretty good. I can certainly see it there. So yeah, there's the back there. So yeah, and then here's the helmet. The paint is all pretty spot on, I think, from what I can see. And again, you've got that weathering effect on it, which is nice. That's quite a big thing there, like quite a, you know, so you can go on like that. Yeah, sits on there quite well. It's not too loose, not too tight, so yeah, that's pretty good. And then got this pistol here, which we've seen with a couple of figures now. You can just pop it in his hand like that, and there he is. So yeah, we'll get him on the stand and talk a bit more about him. So in the process of setting him up, I have noticed that this holster here isn't very good. That doesn't want to go in there, and I don't really want to force it in and bend the gun out of shape or bend the holster, but yeah, there isn't an awful lot of room there to get that in, which is a shame, because that's how I was going to display him, with that in there. But I mean, that looks a bit odd. But yeah, it's a bit strange. So I don't know if that's a common thing with this or whether it's just mine won't go in there. I mean, maybe if I, yeah, I mean, that sits in there like that, but then you sort of bend in that bit out of place. So yeah, it's a bit strange, a bit disappointing, but you know, not the end of the world. I can stick the gun in his hand, but yeah, I'm not sure if that's a fault or I don't know. It just it seems weird. I've never really had that before, but I don't really want to sit it in there bending it out of shape, so I don't know. But yeah, let me know if you have this figure and if you've got that issue too, because I don't know if it's just mine, but yeah, there we go. So some final thoughts on this. Yeah, just a bit disappointing about that little holster there, not, you know, the gun not sort of sitting in that right. It's a bit strange. Don't know if I'm doing something wrong. If I am, feel free, whoever is watching this, to point that out to me. But yeah, it's a bit odd. I've never really had a problem with, you know, guns and holsters before. I guess technically it does go in there, but sort of, I don't know if it's meant to sit like that because it's sort of bending part of it out of shape, but it's not the end of the world. The rest of the figure is pretty great. I think the face sculpt is pretty decent. Like a lot of the face sculpts we've had recently, I think it's very good. The likeness is very there to Bill Burr. I wasn't sure if I was going to get this figure because I do like the character and I love Bill Burr. I think he's fantastic. It's strange. It's often the way with the vintage collection that you get these sort of characters. They might be in sort of different outfits than they're normally in, you know, rather than having this figure in his season 1 outfit or the outfit we see at the end of the episode in season 2, but we've got him in this. So I'm not sure the reason behind that, but it's not really a complaint. It's a decent figure. It's got good articulation. I think the paintwork is particularly good. I really like the colouring on it and the weathering and everything else. Yeah, articulation isn't as like mind-blowing as some of the other figures we've had recently. It is what it is. Something else I noticed is the red armband on this figure. He doesn't actually have that on the card back picture of him. Because oftentimes when I do these like figure reviews and stuff, I'll compare the little details of the figure to what's on the card to see if anything's different, and you can't really see his that arm that clearly. So I went and had a look, and he hasn't got it in the show either. So it's a bit strange that that's on there. I guess if it is maybe you're using other figures, maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's the reason. But I guess it's not very accurate to the show. But again, just a minor complaint. Doesn't really bother me. I think sort of the counterpart figure to this is going to be the Din Djarin one, of him in this outfit. I haven't pre-ordered that one just because it would be great to have both of them, but I think I've just got so many Din Djarin figures. I know he's not like he's not in his Mandalorian outfit or anything, he's in this. So I was kind of tempted, but as I've said in all my other videos, I've just got so many pre-orders at the moment. It wasn't that high up on my list just because I've got loads of figures, whereas I didn't have a Migs Mayfeld figure and I really wanted one, so I went for this guy. And yeah, I'm pretty glad I did. I had to wait a while, which was annoying. Originally I was supposed to have this nearly a month ago, and there was a bit of a delay, so I finally got it and done a review on it, and I think he's pretty good. I'll put him with the rest of my Mando figures, and I think he's a worthy addition to that. I think the face is a strong point, and I think they've done a very good job on it. I've seen a few pictures and stuff of the figure, and I was a bit worried because I thought it didn't really look like Bill Burr at all. But I think it does enough to know who it is. I hope we see his character again in the show because I think he's a good character, especially when we saw him the second time. I think there was a good bit of character development there, which made him a lot more likable than just the season 1, bit we got of him. So yeah, and then hopefully in the future we'll get him maybe in a different outfit, which would be cool as well. So yeah, I think that's all there is to really say. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content. And let me know your thoughts below. I'm always happy to hear everyone's thoughts. And of course, you can follow me on other social medias as well if that is something you're interested in. And yeah, just thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.